Hi, I'm Jess with Canine Perspective, and today we're going to talk about disengaging a dog in the middle of a dog fight. If you've not seen, I've done a number of dog attack review videos where I'll analyze, talk about what the person is doing wrong or what they're doing right. Reading the dog's body language, deciphering, is the dog really moving in with intent? Are they just scared? Are they bluffing? Things like that. Because as a dog trainer 15 years, this is something that does come up. I would say with almost every client, like 80% of clients will almost always ask this question at some point in their program, which is, what do I do if my dog's attacked by an off-leash dog? Okay. So I started doing those videos and then providing them to clients as a resource. But unfortunately, I can only talk about what I would do in the situation. And I actually wanted to give an example of what we would do, and then just kind of learning to think on your feet and using what you have available to you to be able to disengage a dog when it's actively attacking. So the first thing I look for when I see a dog fight happening, or if I'm analyzing a dog fight video, or if one of my dogs were to be attacked, is, does the attacking dog have any means of allowing me to get control? Okay. And this may take a second or two. Instinct for most people is to just jump right away. Obviously, if it's your dog as well, you want to help them as soon as possible. But there's not a lot of forethought there. And what can end up happening is you end up being bitten, or you end up making things worse and escalating the problem. You want to think of that dog fight as like similar to a bar brawl where everybody's against everybody. So even though your intention might be to push the attacking dog off, you're just kind of jumping into the fray, and even your dog may bite you. Okay, their intention is not to attack you or bite you. They're just so frantic because of the situation, is that they just, they see something and they bite it. Okay, so don't take it personally. It's just, it happens. So here I have my like two little dog puppets set up to where the husky here would be the victim. This would be the attacker, obviously. So the first thing I look at here is, okay, this dog's got a flat collar. And the reason why that's important is because it gives me something to grab and then choke out the dog. Too many videos I see people grabbing the dog and then trying to pull the dog away, which is the worst thing that you can do. Okay, when you go to pull the attacking dog away, you're creating frustration, which then incentivizes the dog to get a tighter grip, to release and then rebite, because they don't want to lose the hold. So when we pull back, we're not only agitating this dog, but we may cause another bite site. Also, if the dog has a good grasp and we're pulling, we're now tearing skin, muscle tissue on the attacked dog, just making things worse. I did a video about this. It was a golden retriever being attacked by a pit. And it was like a 3 to 5 minute video of the dog being attacked. And you just see people, pulling the pit away, and then you see the golden retriever shrieking in pain because it's just pulling at the leg. So that's not what you want to do here, okay? So if I see the fight, the next thing is I want to look for my opportunity. Again, people right away, they want to jump in and start trying to push the dog away and stuff like that, or they'll even start kicking the dog. A lot of times that's not going to do anything. It can, and if we have to, we would go here behind the ribs. This is where we want to target our kicks. Very forceful kicks. Your intention is to kind of knock the wind out of that dog. But in my opinion, it would be, that's like a secondary resort, really. Okay. So if this fight is happening, let's say this dog is latched. Okay. He already, or this dog already has its target. Okay. So then let's say they're attacking and they're spiraling or something. I'm just standing back and I'm watching, looking for my opportunity where I can actually step in and get a hold of the attacking dog. So most people, they see the collar, they want to grab the collar, they want to pull back.
No, you don't pull him. You won't let go of him. Put him down.
Like I said, we don't want to do that. That's going to create more drive. It's going to create more frustration. The dog might release and bite again. We don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in like this, and then I'm going to, if I can, scoot the collar up, and I'm going to twist it, okay? By twisting the collar, I'm now constricting the throat, and we want to go high up if we can, okay? If you can scoot that collar up like this and then twist and just hold, okay? The dog, when it has its bite, when you twist and you start choking them out, okay, their brain can only focus on one thing at a time. So they're gonna go from, I'm attacking this dog, to I can't breathe, or I can't swallow, you know, whatever. And you're gonna start to feel them loosening up, and then they're eventually gonna pull away, okay? So if I'm doing this and I just hold, and you're turning tight, right? You don't have to be so tight, but enough where you can feel you're making an impact. Like I can feel it here. Like to me, this little kind of half turn, or that would be a quarter turn right there. I can already feel enough constriction that I go, this is going to be impactful. If I need to do more, I obviously can, and I'm just holding. The moment I feel this dog begin to wiggle back, you will literally feel them move backwards, okay? Is if they did, when they do, because they can, if they continue to hold, they're gonna choke out, they're gonna pass out, it's gonna happen.
Grab a hold of this dog. Now watch what he's gonna do here. He is going to start choking this dog while everybody else kind of stands around, and at least this other guy shows up with a big piece of pipe or something. But this guy is gonna get a good choke on this dog, who is eventually gonna let go, but our dude is not gonna let the dog go as they get this girl with the mauled leg kind of up. He is going to choke this dog into unconsciousness, and watch her get up and walk off with some reasonable injuries on her leg. And now watch, when the dog goes out, he puts the dog down and gets away from it. A couple seconds.
They're gonna release, right? And then once that happens, the attacked dog is most likely gonna flee the situation, okay? Once the threat has been removed, this dog is most likely gonna flee the situation. So then, for this dog, I can then turn them sideways also to pull them away. We just have to be careful that potentially this dog starts to panic because it can't breathe. Okay, so when I pull away, once this is disengaged, I can release the twist to allow the dog to breathe. But then we have to be careful, because if they're panicked, what's going to happen is they're going to go for the nearest thing, which of course is going to be you, okay? And this has happened to me before, where I had the dog by a prong chain, and so it's all the dog had. And what happened is the dog was actually trying to go after me. I had the dog on a leash that was clipped to its prong collar. Dog came after me, and I pulled the dog away and then grabbed the prong collar chain, okay, because I needed to get complete control of the dog. And it started to do this sideways, okay, so turning its head like this, and it did graze me on the hand until I could get the dog to relax, and then I relaxed with the dog. So same thing here. Once I feel this dog disengage, this dog should leave. If not, I can now pull this dog away safely without worrying about the dog, because now the dog's concern is on I can't breathe or I can't swallow, is unlikely they would re-engage, okay? If they did re-engage, it's okay, because now that I have the control of the head, I can keep them away. If we're trying to turn the dog away like this with the body, not gonna work. We need the head, okay? So either way, this puts me at an advantage. So once I'm pulling away, this is disengaged, I wanna let go to let this dog start to breathe so it doesn't start to panic. Because if it starts to panic, now the dog's gonna go, you're the nearest thing next to me, and it may start directing their aggression towards you, which obviously we don't want. We're just trying to kind of disengage the fight. If you continue to hold, of course the dog's most likely gonna pass out.
Watch, when the dog goes out, he puts the dog down and gets away from it. A couple seconds later, dog's...
If you hold even longer, gonna kill the dog, okay, because they can't breathe. So this is always the first thing I'm looking for, is do I have some means of immediate control, especially over the head. If the dog had a harness on, I don't go for the harness. Harness is not going to do anything. Harness is going to make things worse. Again, it's creating that agitation, that frustration, okay? So I look for the collar. I don't want to pull up as a means of choking because the pulling up is going to, you'd have to pull up and hold, and it's going to take a lot longer versus if you just kind of twist your hand like this. In these situations, it's very easy to panic, understandably so. Panicking does not help the situation. You want to just be as calm as possible and think as clearly as possible. The fight is already happening, is what I tell my clients, okay? The fight is already happening. So if my dog happens to be on leash, I would drop the leash, allow my dog to defend itself, okay? In that same time, looking for my opportunity, okay, to be able to help my dog. This also gives your dog the ability to run away, as your dog can run much faster than you. When we hold on to leash, we're of course restricting that flight response. So I know for us as humans, we tend to want to control things physically. We tend to want to physically control the problem. I see it happen a lot with my clients. I see it happen a lot in the videos that I watch, and I go, this is completely incorrect. It's already happening. Stand back. What do you have available to you, and use it to your advantage, okay? So in this particular case, if the attacking dog happens to have a flat collar on, this is the approach that I would use to safely disengage them without creating more agitation, more frustration, more harm, more pain for my dog or the dog that's being attacked. In my opinion, if this dog is the attacking dog, for whatever reason they got off the leash or it was on the leash or whatever it is, my dog's not the problem, this is the problem. So I don't have an issue using this approach of choking the dog out, using their flat collar to get them to disengage, because I've done nothing wrong. The dog that was being attacked has done nothing wrong, presumably, right? Is I have no issue taking this measure in order to safely remove the attacking dog. Even if the dog passes out, at the end of the day, I personally do not care, okay? My responsibility is to take care of my dogs. You know, when I train at the park here in Chicago, at a public park, we do have off-leash dogs charge us. It's never gotten to this point because I always address the dogs before they come to us. I always push them away or spook them away using body language and energy before it becomes a problem. But sometimes it happens where you're just caught off guard and here's an off-leash dog and there's a fight at my feet, okay? So I'm Jesse with Canine Perspective. Thank you for watching.